How was therapy?
Harder on Linda than on me.
The nurse swears with enough training I'll be able to help Mother at home. I told her I need training in patience.
A session at the hospital and a session at home every day.
They hope she'll progress twice as fast that way.
So I should be ready to polka when?
Polka. I couldn't even polka before I had polio.
You never know, Mother, the rate you're going. Show 'em. She's all yours.
Ain't it the truth?
You seem a lot less tense than usual.
I'm pretty much over my stage fright, too. Why do you say that?
Because you seem a lot less tense than usual. Have you been out with Mrs. Haley lately?
Yes? It's funny you should ask. It's given me something of a puzzle.
No puzzle about what happened to your tension.
That's very funny.
What's the puzzle?
But Judy, you know my father's dead.
I do, and I'm sorry.
Well, thanks. I only say that to help explain why I would bring up a certain subject. With my father gone and my older brother in Chicago, that only leaves my mom and Linda at home. And there are certain things a fellow doesn't discuss with his mom or his sister. Of course, there's always my mom's new husband, Al, but he and I don't talk much. So I was wondering if you could you not think like a woman for a few minutes and just act like a bartender?
Don't tell me, Slugger. I know what you're going to say.
No, you don't.
Try this. You have a good time when you go out with Mrs. Haley. Judging by how tense you've been in the past, you've been looking forward to having a good time with Mrs. Haley or whoever for a long time. Maybe days, maybe weeks, maybe months. The prospect of having a good time with Mrs. Haley is something you've been thinking about for so long, maybe it erased all other thoughts from your brain.
Never mind.
And then when your dream came true, it was, surely enough, a dream come true. But it wasn't what you expected.
Thanks, I appreciate all the advice.
So you're standing there wondering why the earth didn't move, why things weren't as wonderful as they could have been or might have been in your imagination or on other occasion, the details of which are best left unspoken. You're not the first person to be puzzled by this phenomenon, and it isn't caused by little green men from outer space, and it isn't, I presume, caused by a lack of aptitude, as you so proudly told me once.
You know how to embarrass a fellow, and you enjoy it, don't you?
Don't think of me as a woman. Think of me as a bartender who has the answer. At least the answer some people believe. The earth moves only if you're in love. I'm not saying I subscribe to that theory, though I'm willing to admit some things are better if you're in love. But whether the theory is true or not, what it means in practice is you're not in love with Mrs. Haley. You're still in love with someone else, whether you want to admit it or not. And that's why I never ever date a man who's on the rebound. A man who's on the rebound does not know his own mind. Is that just the puzzle, Slugger?
Dear Dad, don't faint, but yes, your son is actually writing you a letter. The modern telephone has not yet killed the art. And I won't be spending money on phone calls until I have repaid the money you sent. Which I will do as soon as I can. For what the money has done, I can never repay you.
Since graduation, I've been bridesmaid 11 times. How often have you?
I didn't keep count.
Count.
7? 8? This is not cheering me up.
They always say, ask Ginger to be maid of honor. Or ask Ginger to host the shower. Ask Ginger. She's always available. Well, I'm tired of it. Mary Beth has 2 kids already. Claire Troha has 3. And Peggy's oldest is starting kindergarten next year, and they put money down on a house. And here I am, 25, and pretty soon it'll be too late for me to have kids. I'd like another Sunday, please. Would you like another Sunday? It's my treat. 2 more Sundays, please.
This is not a good idea.
Heavens to Betsy, son, first you complain about not having enough lines, now you complain about having too many.
This is more than too many. They gave me all the lines.
Well, you did just a fine job overcoming your stage fright.
Never mind that. What about Ginger?
Well, the sponsor, the network sponsor, they didn't, she didn't, they felt they didn't want to continue. And also the budget couldn't accommodate such a large cast. And also the writers were in full agreement that the knowledge that the weight of the story was such that the elimination of her character was in the best interest of the show.
You fired her?
Yes.
You can't fire her. She needs the work.
Jeff, this is a rare opportunity. The audience loves you. Look at the kind of mail I've been getting. Look here, look. Here. The young ball player and so on is certainly a breath of fresh air. He is wholesome and sweet, polite and funny, too. He gives a good name to your product, and so on. This is from Mrs. Ann Kahn, and there are many more like it. I've been in this business a long time. You don't get fan mail like this every day of the week.
Mr. Mellon, I have no illusion that I know the radio business better than you do. But I do know that I won't go on the air without Ginger.
Oh, of course you will.
Not unless you rehire her. I won't.
Let's not be hasty.
And don't tell her I insisted on it, because she might not come back if she finds out I had anything to do with it. She's got her pride.
You have a contract, young man.
Tell her the public demanded that you bring her back.
You breach that contract and I'll see to it you never work in show business again.
Mr. Mellon, sir, I don't want to work in show business. I never have.
I made a list, and Arthur is the perfect husband by any and all standards. He's kind. He loves me madly, and that is not a word I use lightly. He's already well off, and he's going to make a lot more money. All attorneys are rich. I'm not getting any younger. And how often does a gal find a guy who thinks she hung the moon? Not very often, as we both know. Sorry. And having a career is not all it's cracked up to be. I'm old enough now to realize that stability is more important than chemistry. And Arthur's stable. And he's good looking. He's polite. And he never embarrasses you in public. He adores me.
It's obvious he's head over heels in love with you. And that counts for a lot.
Well, it does.
Miss Zabo? That's a call for you from the radio station?
I have done some pretty stupid things in my life, but the stupidest, the most stupid was breaking up with you. If you just give me another chance,
2 minutes, Mr. Metcalf.
Thank you, Miss Westcott. Wish me luck.
Oh, you don't need luck anymore, Mr. Metcalf.
Oh, yes, I do, especially tonight. It's going to be something special for Ginger and me.
Oh, it's already special for Miss Zabo.
Why do you say that?
Didn't you hear? She's gotten engaged to Arthur Schillib. Time, Mr. Metcalf.